beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh, right hand trouble from the top. Fight. Ditcheva asked her to stand back up. More body shots.
Stop scrolling, because the most dangerous undefeated woman in combat sports just sent a message that shook the MMA world, not to a contender, not to a prospect, but to a global icon, Ronda Rousey. And when Dakota-Ditcheva speaks, now people listen, because this isn't hype. This is 15-0 perfection talking.
Anything. Give me whoever you want. Get me to fight wherever you want. I'll stay in Europe. I'll go to America. I'll clean them all out. Just give them to me one by one.
That wasn't playful. That wasn't fantasy booking. That was a warning. Dakota, Lily Joe-Ditcheva. Nickname, Dangerous Age. 27, height 5 feet 8, division flyweight, nationality British Bulgarian, a multiple-time Muay Thai world champion who brought violence into MMA with surgical precision. She's not just undefeated, she's devastating. Let's talk stats because they matter. Professional MMA record, 15 wins, 0 losses. Finishes 12, KO/TKO. 1 submission, 2 decisions. That's an 86.7% finish rate. An 80% knockout rate. Most fighters dream of numbers like this. Dakota lives in them. In 2024, Dakota-Ditcheva didn't just win a belt, she ran through the PFL season and finished Taila Santos by second round TKOA, former UFC title challenger. That wasn't a win. That was a statement. She's now the reigning PFL women's flyweight world champion, and she's still getting better.
You're the next big thing, baby. Look out your Lord. I hate to see it, man. Strong woman, good girl. Looking awesome. Great to see her. Great to finally meet you. Love that. What's the crack? What are we up next? Yeah, Val, walk of us off there. Superstar right here, 100%.
The internet already knows. Even Conor McGregor noticed April 2025 BKFC event, Dubai. McGregor looked at Dakota-Ditcheva and said, "The next big thing, baby, a superstar. Awesome." That's not casual praise, that's recognition from someone who knows stars.
Listen, we've seen it many, many times. People come over thinking it's going to be all the, I'm going to transfer how good I was doing over there, and it's going to be the exact same thing over here. We just saw it with Patchy Mix. It did not translate, at least in that fight. But against Taila Santos, that's an easy comparison. Taila Santos fought for the belt. She gave Valentina a very difficult fight, and look what Dakota. I mean, we're doing MMA math now, but just a little bit.
But she's got everything that you want from your MMA star. You package.
That's momentum. And then came Laura Sanko, someone who's watched champions up close. She didn't mince words. She called Dakota a fighter with a killer mentality. Ditcheva isn't calling Ronda out for nostalgia. She's calling her out because she believes she's better, faster, sharper, more dangerous. So here's the real question. What happens when legacy meets violence? What happens when perfection challenges history? Because Dakota-Ditcheva isn't chasing names. She's hunting eras, and Ronda Rousey just heard the warning.
Champion, run! And that was her moves can be part of hers as well.
Ronda Rousey sends biggest threat to Dakota. Gentlemen, this isn't just a call out. This is Ronda Rousey versus Dakota-Ditcheva, the legend, versus the undefeated killer.
Get on! Here we go! Tonight's fight clock. Wow, right down! Look at that! Oh, man. Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Bud Light, Joe. Put the fifth for whatever happens. Ronda wants to make it happen quickly. She gave There's the arm. She gave it is all over.
Oh,
Just
my God.
Like that.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That is way under a minute.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Sprinkle by TK or KO. I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum. And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh, Bishop in trouble. And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota-Ditcheva silences.
Before you roll your eyes and say Ronda's done, think again. Ronda Rousey was 12-0, 12 finishes, 12 first-round destructions. Nobody, and I mean nobody, dominated like her. Then came the fall. Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes, 2 knockouts that changed her forever. But now, years later, Ronda's name is back in the headlines. Sources close to the UFC, and even Dana White himself have teased it. Ronda's got that fight itch again, and this time her target isn't Amanda Nunes or Juliana Pena. It's Dakota-Ditcheva, the undefeated monster from the PFL.
Come here. Yeah. Come here. Yeah.
In her latest appearance, Ronda didn't hold back. She said, "Everyone keeps saying Dakota's the next big thing, I was the first big thing, and I can still break her arm in 30 seconds. And that line? It broke the internet. MMA, Twitter exploded. Fans started posting side-by-side highlight reels. Dakota's knees versus Ronda's arm bars, and the comments were brutal. Ronda stay retired before Dakota ends your life. Ronda would still armbar her into another dimension. Everyone's divided. Is Ronda just chasing clout, or is she serious about returning for one last war?" Let's be clear, Dakota-Ditcheva is not just hype. She's 15-0, the youngest PFL champion ever, and the first British female world champion in MMA history. She's got the Muay Thai precision of Valentina Shevchenko, the aggression of Joanna Jedrzejczyk, and the confidence of a young McGregor 3-time junior Muay Thai world champion. PFL Europe winner. Every fight, it's the same story. Opponents enter the cage thinking they can hang and they leave unconscious. She's the kind of fighter who doesn't just win, she ends careers. And that's exactly why Ronda's threat hits so hard. Because deep down, Ronda knows this girl might be the one who replaces her legacy.
Dakota-Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Ronda was the face of women's MMA. She walked so that the new generation could run. But Dakota, she's running through everybody. And that's where things get spicy. Because what happens when the legend who started it all wants her crown back? What happens when the old school meets the new school? It's the perfect storm. Ronda's raw judo power versus Dakota's surgical Muay Thai arm bar versus elbow legacy versus momentum USA versus UK. You couldn't script it better. Even Dana White got involved. In a leaked clip, he smirked and said, "You guys have no idea what's coming for Dakota." That line sent fans into a frenzy. Was he hinting at Ronda's return? Because if the UFC ever books Ronda Rousey versus Dakota-Ditcheva, it wouldn't just be a fight, it would be the most watched women's MMA match in history. A clash of generations. The armbar queen versus the knockout princess. Ronda Rousey sent the biggest threat of her life, and Dakota-Ditcheva hasn't even responded yet. But when she does, you can bet it's gonna shake the entire MMA world. So the question is, could Ronda Rousey actually survive against a 15-0 killer in her prime? Or would Dakota-Ditcheva retire the pioneer for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Ronda versus Dakota, who wins and why? And don't forget to subscribe because this story is just getting started.
Representing Venezuela is Junizi Dubin. She's undefeated. She's known as a finisher, but she's a big underdog tonight. Junizi Dubin with an overhand swing. Buchanan out cold. Still undefeated. Never seen a judge's scorecard. And you better believe Dana White exploded out of his chair for that one.
My
that is
jaw
among
is
the
on the
most
floor.
crazy knockouts
I cannot believe
we've ever seen on this show.
You were a 13-1 dog. I love that shit. You might as well not even go sit in the back. You're one of the most impressive knockouts I've ever seen. A huge underdog. A minute 13 of the very first round.
Junizi Dubin just sent a deadly warning to Dakota-Ditcheva, and she didn't mince words. The Venezuelan warrior has officially entered the conversation, and she's making it clear she's not afraid of the golden girl of PFL. Younazi Dubin professional MMA record of 6 wins and 1 loss with 1 no contest.
She's doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
There's a club and a right hand. Oh, another one!
Big one.
Dakota-Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fake!
But who exactly is Younazi Dubin, and why is she suddenly the biggest threat to Dakota-Ditcheva's throne? Let's break it down. Born and raised in Venezuela, Younazi Dubin's story isn't about privilege, it's about survival. While Dakota was dominating highlight reels in England, Dubin was grinding through regional circuits in South America, fighting for every opportunity. She's a multidiscipline killer, black belts in Taekwondo and Wushu blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Luta Livre, a national wrestling and BJJ champion, and if that wasn't enough, she was an international Taekwondo and Wushu champion before ever stepping into a cage.
The biggest upset in the history of the Contender Series, you know what I mean? She almost didn't come. She has no money. She doesn't have $1 to her name right now. So the staff had to go grocery shopping for her, and then she comes in and does that. I mean, let me tell you what, she ain't broke now.
While many fighters chase hype, Younazi built skills, and that's what makes her so dangerous. Before the UFC ever noticed her Younazi, Dubin ruled the 300 Sparta Championship in Peru, a brutal proving ground for South American talent. There, she showed her trademark aggression, lightning-fast kicks, violent combinations, and unbreakable confidence. Then came her shot at Dana White's Contender Series, September 2024. Nobody expected her to win, but Dubin shocked the